Hello and welcome back to episode 4 of Feed the Beast Skies. A couple updates in between episodes. I kind of cleaned up our storage a bit. We had a bunch of chests in the middle here and I've kind of sorted it all out, separated it out into different things. Got some bulk storage up the top here for some of the blocks. And of course we've got all our resources still along here. I haven't quite got around to tidying up behind here, but might do that this episode. I also spread out this setup a little bit. We had our little create setup here, and now I've spread it out with chests for our mechanical press to make plates. We've got our depot here in front of lava and a fan, so that'll do some bulk smelting. And then here we have a mechanical mixer set up. So my goal here was to use this to make brass. We really need to get into making brass, mainly for things like the brass funnels, deployers, things like that. But in order to make brass, we need to mix together copper and zinc. Now that's in a mechanical mixer like we have here, but underneath this basin, we need to have a blaze burner. Now, a blaze burner, we can make an empty blaze burner pretty straightforward, just some netherrack and iron plates. And then we need to capture a blaze inside this blaze burner. In our nether exploration, we didn't come across any sort of fortress or blaze spawner or anything, but I did a little bit of research and it looks like we can make one of these fell pumpkins with the fell pumpkin and 2 iron bars that will spawn a blaze. Looks to me like the most straightforward way of getting our first fell pumpkin here is to make some nether brick. If we have a look in the quest book, the nether bricks quest gives us a fell pumpkin. So we should be able to just smelt up some netherrack and use that to craft a nether brick. That should finish the quest. And we get our fell pumpkin. Now I guess I'll just do it here, and I believe it's just 2 iron bars. Oh, a fell pumpkin. Oh, quick, grab. So we grab the blaze and the blaze burner. Sweet. That's as easy as that. And then the blaze burner can provide heat to the basin. We just need to give it fuel. That goes under there. I will grab some zinc and some copper and some coal. And we should be able to mix this up. That's mixing away, and we can see up the top there we're getting some brass. So for now you can see I've set this up with item pipes, just so that we can get some brass sort of automated. Goes into the basin, you can see it churns it up, and then it gets popped out into the chest here. So we just need to keep the blaze burner pumping, really. So I've put a bunch of copper and zinc in here. It'll get mixed in the mechanical mixer, and we'll get brass. Oh, and look, we have a friend. And he dropped a thorn pendant. I'll throw that on. So now that we've got a heap of brass, the other thing we need to make the brass funnels is the electron tube. This is pretty straightforward. Iron plate, which we of course press with our mechanical press. I believe I've got a heap of those. The other thing is polished rose quartz. Now this uses some sandpaper and rose quartz, which can be made with nether quartz and redstone. There's some sandpaper, some rose quartz, and if I put the sandpaper in my offhand, I can shine up the rose quartz to make some polished rose quartz. This, of course, with the iron plates, make some electron tubes. Lastly, we just need some dried kelp. I can make some brass funnels. Add items to the filter, and place the filter on the brass funnel. Now this funnel will only accept those items that you've filtered. So in this setup here, it will only accept the ingots after they've been smelted. We can also scroll at the top here to set how many we want the funnel to output at once. So the combination of these two things, getting this to output 64 at a time and getting the funnel to only accept items once they're smelted, will hopefully mean that our system will be able to keep up with itself. Here come the half stacks is what I've set it to. And you can see it kind of gets held up here for a second, but then these all smelt and it gets through quite quick. We'll see how it goes. It might still be a bit slow, but I'll check back on this in a little bit. After leaving it for a little while, it looks like we're not getting a backlog anymore, which is awesome. And now that we have these brass belt funnels, and I've got quite a few of them, I'd like to kind of redo this, make it a bit better looking, a bit nicer. We'll probably mostly use create. We'll try and stay away from the item pipes. So first things first, I need to break it all down. And there we go. I've left the water wheels over there just because we're going to need the rotational power anyway. Now, there's a few things to help with this that I'd like to make. Mainly the rotation speed controller, but also the mechanical arm. And both of them use a precision mechanism. Now, I'd like to set up a reliable way to make these precision mechanisms. You can see we need a gold plate to go under 3 different deployers, which deploy a cogwheel, a large cogwheel, and then an iron nugget. And this needs to repeat 5 times. And then at the end of that 5 times, you have an 80% chance to get a precision mechanism. First things first, I need to make 3 deployers. Now these use electron tubes, which we've seen before, andesite casing, and brass hands. The brass hands use andesite alloy and 5 brass sheets. We've got these brass ingots that are getting pressed into sheets. We need a bunch of them. It's probably enough for now to make 3 brass hands. We have 1 electron tube. I will need to make 2 more at least. So I've gone down a bit of a rabbit hole, just making a stone cutter here that I'll put in the middle. And I'm going to turn this andesite into polished andesite. I needed some more andesite alloy, and instead of just, sifting dirt, which is a bit of a pain, for now I figured that I would create another material generator. So this is from the pedestals mod. And I think, if I understand JEI correctly, if I put polished andesite down with a pedestal on top and then offhand in the material generator, it should generate us andesite for free, which is great. Nice to have something passive like that. And of course we can use this andesite with iron nuggets to make the alloy. So with these stripped logs, we'll make andesite casing, and that should be enough to make 3 deployers. So of course we want a belt to pull the items along. I'll disconnect it for now. And we want brass funnels to pull items out of the chest and put them back in. Then we need our 3 deployers. I will rotate them around so they're all in the same line. And we will put small cogwheels in that one, large cogwheels in that one, and iron nuggets in that one. So as soon as a gold plate goes through here, as long as we give this some rotation, this should start making the precision mechanisms. I actually want this belt to go a bit further down, so that here I can have a chest with a brass funnel that is only set to pull out precision mechanisms. So if this works how I think it is, any precision mechanisms, finished precision mechanisms from this system, will go into this chest here. If it's not a precision mechanism, it will carry on. and go into this chest. For now, with this chest, I'm just going to place some pipes to loop round and go into this chest here. With the advanced pipe upgrade in here, I will add a filter to only pull out the incomplete precision mechanism. I'm going to remove the MBT data so that it doesn't matter how incomplete this is. If it's an incomplete precision mechanism, it will take it and it will put it in the chest here. I have run out of the large gears and iron nuggets, so I'll make a bunch of those and I'll make some more of these small gears while I'm at it. Now that I've topped those up, I'll put the precision mechanism back in here. This should be the last. It was the last run, but as we can see, we ended up with a cogwheel rather than the precision mechanism we wanted. I'll put these 2 gold plates in here. We'll see how these go. I think this might be the last one. Oh, we got 1 precision mechanism there. And if I give this small gear, we have another. So of course, they get pulled into this chest because this grabs the precision mechanisms. We have our 2 precision mechanisms. That's great. I've been a little busy, as you can see. I've updated our storage on the side here with a few more materials. And I've also upgraded this. So you can see now we've got our pedestal, which is going into the oak drawer. And then these are being split into the iron auto hammers, which does gravel. And then 3 iron auto hammers, which do dust. Dust, of course, in the sifter gives us redstone, glowstone, gunpowder, a few other things. Main thing was redstone, of course, that I wanted to get my hands on. At the moment, as you can see, the speed of our sifters is pretty quick. And we're not really getting any sort of backlog in the sifting of dust or gravel. I'm thinking if the pedestal can keep up with it, I might upgrade these auto hammers and get things through a bit faster. So the gravel and dust, of course, gets sifted and it all goes into this chest at the bottom here. So it's filling up a little bit at the moment. I haven't fully set up the storage yet. So this fills up and anything that's smelted comes along into this pipe, into here, and of course comes out onto the conveyor. On this side, pretty much the same thing, except the stuff that doesn't need to be smelted comes straight out and into this storage controller. Now, the one thing I haven't done yet is attach the storage controller to all of these drawers. So once we do that, the system should be all up and running, really. It's pretty cool. But in order to do that, I need a linking tool. And I saw that we get a linking tool from one of the quests that I want to make the storage controller. So I figured I'd wait until you guys are here and we go through our quests. This was just a text box talking about shaders. Gives us a bee spawn egg. Storage controller, here it is. We get a linking tool, void upgrades, diamond upgrades. It's quite good. We made a knife at some point. Gives us a chopping board. Rice, cooked rice, more rice, mutton chops. That's what we're eating at the moment. And Monster Hunter, we killed a spider. I think that's it though. Yeah. So now with this linking tool, I can select the controller and link all of this. So now these metals should get through when they do finally get smelted. Yep, looks like it. So that works. And this chest should be emptying out. Oh yep, we just got some redstone in there now. So I might have to just start off by, there we go. Didn't have enough redstone to set that up. Sweet. Everything's getting filtered out of here, going into the storage controller. Now you can see I made the rotation speed controller here so we can speed the whole system up and down. Pretty sure 48 is the fastest it can go without the whole thing being under overstressed. Yeah. So we'll just run it at 48. I think that's probably fast enough. We'll see how this whole smelting thing goes. It might not be fast enough, but we'll see anyway. I'll give it a little while. Yeah, stoked to be getting some redstone and glowstone and stuff though. It's pretty good. So I think that's probably all the time we have for this episode. Thanks for watching, especially if you made it this far. And I will see you in the next episode. So good to finally have all those resources automated. Can't wait till we actually get to use them. You know what else is useful? Hitting that subscribe button. Liking the video. You could even hit the bell notification.